Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome into the Darien Sportsplex, the Norris Rink here in Darien, Illinois, where this afternoon we have NIHL Girls 12 and under Lower A seeding round action between Mammoth and the Hawks. Hello, everyone. This is Eric Willowhite, along with my partner Aaron Schellen from Stream Sports Midwest, and we're so happy to bring you another NIHL game of the week, this time coming from Darien in the girls division. Aaron, as we have come to learn, this weekend is World Girls Ice Hockey Weekend. So it's something that is celebrated all around the globe. And thank you for Ruben Medina for supplying us that information. So it is kind of fitting that we have a match going on right at the same time as Girls Ice Hockey Weekend.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, hockey is for everybody. You know, one of the first opportunities I had to broadcast hockey live was when I was back in college, and it was the University of New Hampshire women's ice hockey team was my first ever opportunity to broadcast hockey live. So, you know, I love hockey. Boys, girls, men, women, doesn't matter to me. Just give me the puck, give me some ice, give me some dangles, give me some good lettuce, and I'm good to go.
Dangles and dongles and all of that. Well, let's get into these two teams. Mammoth comes in after the weekend. They played on Friday, and they were able to secure a victory. They've moved into first place in the seeding round, played 6 games. They're 4-1-1, have 9 points on the season, 21 goals for, 12 against. Sitting in third place is the Hawks. They've also played 6 games, 4-2 on the season, good for 8 points. 20 goals scored and 12 against. So the goal differential, the plus-minus, is pretty consistent between the two from that standpoint. So that should bode well for this game. Now, last game's played, I talked about Mammoth. Last played on Friday. They were in Franklin Park, and they defeated Franklin Park by the score of 4-3. The Hawks have not played in a little while. Their last game was also against Franklin Park, but that was on October 1st, so that was last Sunday. So it's been about a week since the Hawks have played. The Northern Illinois Hockey League is the largest youth hockey league in Illinois and one of the largest in the country. It is made up of over 50 travel hockey organizations. Almost all of the clubs are from Illinois, with a few from Indiana, Iowa, Missouri, and Wisconsin, Michigan, and Wisconsin. This is the 54th season of play in the Northern Illinois Hockey League. The NIHL member organizations field Tier 2 travel teams that compete in the squirt, Pee-wee, Bantam, and midget age groups defined by USA Hockey. The league also offers all girls hockey divisions each season. NIHL will partner with the Chicago Blackhawks to hold the league's NIHL Blackhawks tournament at the conclusion of this season. For more information about NIHL and its programs, please contact Bob Apter, NIHL president, or visit the website at nihl.info, and we are ready to go. Won't waste any time here, Aaron.
No, we're getting right into it. Let's go.
So here we are. And we get action right off the bat. We'll give you your goalkeepers here, starting for Mammoth in blue, and they'll be going left to right to start things off, is Kate Alvarez, number 50. And for the Hawks, it's Stella Santilli, number 39. Hawks are in their white with black shorts. And the Hawks bring it in over the line. That's Maeve Cronin. Puck thrown on net, and that one steered aside by Alvarez. Mammoth looks to escape the zone, and they do. Poking that one inside the zone is Molly Walker. That'll go behind the net, and that's going to be picked up by Mammoth, or by the Hawks. Oh, falling down along the sides there was Nisa Johnson. And then carrying the puck along the way is Kayleen Kazowitz. Hawks having a little difficulty clearing the zone, but now they'll get it out. And that's Nisa Johnson carrying it along that far side wall, and then she's going to get help from teammate Maeve Cronin. Throws it over to the near corner. Mammoth tries to poke it outside the zone. Molly Walker, it's kept back in, however, by the Hawks. So now Mammoth will try and take it over to the other side to clear, and they do. Taken back by the Hawks. And now knocked over on the near boards. right in front of us.
Yeah, coming right at you. As we're here at ice level at Darien Sportsplex, which is a bit of an unusual angle for us, but you get some neat shots like that with the skaters coming right into your living room.
Yeah, and we talked about that before. That's kind of the uniqueness is we're in different rinks every week, and each rink has its own, in terms of having a broadcast platform. Sometimes it's made up game of day.
Yep.
Inside the zone, that one's going to be rolled on to Santilli, who steers it aside. Now the Hawks will look to exit along the near boards. Play was gummed up temporarily, but now coming outside the zone, that is Tessa Brown. Brown throws it over to the far point, and then that's thrown behind the net. Hawks will get there first. Centering opportunity. That one pushed back outside. And now Mammoth look to bring the puck up ice. Poked away at center ice. Mammoth tries to carry on. A lot of people fanning on the puck at the early going here. And then that's cleared down. Bianca Salata. Mammoth tries to clear far point, kept in nicely. Salata pushes it ahead. Mammoth regains control. Pass over to the far side. Perkins, Charlotte Perkins, tried to get a shot off, but unable to get it through. And now the Hawks throw it outside the zone. It's going to roll all the way over to Alvarez. He throws it to her defense. Through center ice, inside Hawks zone. Alexandra Facco will get there and recover for the Hawks. Kept in near point. Oh, nice pickpocket there. That was Quinn Sullivan. Her hair was covering up one of her sixes.
Up the
so
sixes.
I don't see a 6 on the jersey. Now Sullivan tries to go after that one. Kept in at the far point again. And now Sullivan will go into the far corner. No help right now, though, so she's going to have to look. She did throw it on net.
Bad angle, good idea, though, just off the back of the goalie, and Kate Alvarez holding that far post.
Puck dug off the near boards and thrown to the other side by Liv Light, which is something I don't do. Outside the zone. You knew I was going to get one in.
Yeah.
Much to your dismay.
That's all right.
Here we go. We got a break. It is Liv Light coming in. Backhand, forehand, and shoots. That one goes wide.
Not a bad idea. Cut across the crease. Tried to get the goalie Alvarez down, and Kate went down, but the shot just missed the net.
Good puck handling there, though, by Light. Now inside the zone is Evangeline Bruce. Bruce gets a shot off, and that time Alvarez will cover up. We have our first stoppage of play.
Yeah, and it's not a lot of high-quality scoring chances. A couple there right before the whistle for the Hawks, but most of the play in the neutral zone here in the first half of the first period.
Yeah, the guy who plays the music, he's kind of been lonely there. He hasn't been able to turn it on since we started. Into center ice. Skating around there is Bria Zerngebel. Mammoth keeps it in near point, flip towards the net. That one is stopped by Santilli, and Santilli covers up. So now each goalie had a chance to cover up and create a face-off inside their own zone. This one will come to the left of Santilli.
Annabelle Conway, that shot from the point, a bouncing puck, and those things can take some funny hops.
Yeah, they can. Inside the zone, Cronin. Cronin goes down. Puck still lying loose there. It took a long time before a player got on that one. And now behind the net, taken by the Hawks. I think that was Scotticelli, Rosa Scotticelli. She was able to dig that puck out from behind the net and actually put it on Alvarez.
It's starting to open up here a little bit. First few minutes, kind of a feeling out period, if you will, but play starting to get a little bit more wide open.
Shot on net, steered aside by Santilli. I think that was Parker Steiner with the shot. And the puck comes all the way out to center ice. Steiner will retrieve it and dumps it down. Well, Steiner getting that shot off from her defense position, so she got good support there. Here come the Hawks the other way. Good stick handling, shot, save made! Alvarez, rebound stuff, puck is still free.
That was Nissa Johnson coming down that far side, Eric. Hard wrist shot, nice blocker save made by Alvarez.
They're getting some good shots on, like you said, play has definitely opened up. Now thrown behind the net. Backhanded to the far corner. Maeve Cronin will be there first. Tried to dump it towards the net. Unable to get it there. Kept in at the far point. Mammoth desperately trying to get it outside the zone. This time they do. 2-on-2. Could be 3-on-2. Backhanded right into the slot. And that one escapes Molly Walker. Walker centers it, though, between the circles. And that puck's going to be taken away by Brea Zerngebel. Still inside the zone. Mammoth trying to shovel it back down to the far corner. Unable to. Here come the Hawks inside the zone. Dumped into the far corner by Penelope Fina. And far point, shot goes wide into the near corner.
Good keep by number 40, Liv Light, at that far point.
3:43 remaining in a scoreless first period. Light skates in on it. Far circle, that one never got through. I think that went off the back of Steiner. And now the Hawks will retreat inside their own zone, throw it out to center ice. Shoveled ahead by Facco. A 5-player committee. And now Liv Light looks to skate, change direction. Oh, nice stick handling by the boards. Here's Light. Oh, and that was offsides. Just in ahead of the play was Bianca Salata.
Yep, gotta have a little bit better ice awareness there. Know where you are, know where your teammates are, as Light was coming down that near side and Salata just in about a step or two ahead of the play.
Shots on goal recorded, at least on the scoreboard, 8-2 in favor of the Hawks. But zeros is where it matters on the big board, and that's where we are here with just over 3 minutes remaining. Circling inside her own zone, Bella Kugler tries to throw it out along the far boards, and then it's eventually pushed outside the zone. Hawks bring it back in. Mammoth throws it back out. Little break here for Kazowitz, Kayleen Kazowitz. Had the puck knocked off her stick, gets it back, threw it on net, but couldn't get it between the skates. Getting in the way of that one was Facco.
We're seeing a lot of traffic in front of the goaltenders, which is making it hard for these shots to get through, but just means we're seeing solid defense.
Inside the zone, Kazowitz on net, steered aside by Santilli. Oh, and now giveaway, shot, score! On the giveaway, or the steal, either way you want to put it, but Mammoth gets on the board first.
Yeah, 5-hole.
And that was Kazowitz, Kayleen Kazowitz with the goal.
It took that puck
Mammoth takes the lead.
Took that puck away on that near face-off dot and just ripped the wrist shot 5-hole on Santilli and gives Mammoth the lead here in the early going. And I saw this last night too, Eric, in the game of the week up in Vernon Hills, where the team was being outshot by about an 8-1 margin, was actually leading in the third period. Not quite as severe here, but 8-3 shots on goal advantage for the Hawks, yet they find themselves in a 1-0 hole.
Minute 47 to go here in the first period. Mammoth strikes first. Hawks looking to get the equalizer, however. And that puck rolls off a Hawks player, but it's kept in at the near point. Then it squirts out. Hawks have to regroup. Mammoth tries to get it out, but it's kept in by Zerngebel. And now minute 24 to go. Far side, McKenna Spite looking to backhand it out of the zone. I think the Hawks will get, nope. Mammoth is able to steer it inside Hawks territory, just over a minute remaining. Far point, puck is ejected from the zone. Steiner will retreat for Mammoth. With 54 seconds to go in the first period. Steiner through the circles. Steiner trying to steal attempt denied, and then Steiner shovels it ahead, and she drops back to her defensive position. That is Micah Freeman. Freeman again, top of the far circle, and that one trickles wide. Zerngebel kind of corral control in that near corner, and now she'll head it up. Skating into this Fina, Penelope Fina. Shot blocked from the near circle. Kept in at the near point. No, just over the stick. And time winds down here in the first period. With Mammoth up 1-0.
Heck, Hawks played a pretty good first period there. They controlled the pace of play for the most part, outshot Mammoth 8-4, but talked about the big board, Eric, and right now it looks as though Mammoth holding the advantage here 1-0.
The Chicago Blackhawks are proud to sponsor the Northern Illinois Hockey League. Hawk fans, be sure to tune in to these upcoming games. Tuesday, October 2nd, this is the season opener for the Blackhawks. The Connor Bedard era begins. They will be in Pittsburgh to take on the Penguins. Puck drop 7 p.m. Central Time, and that one will be on ESPN. That's Tuesday the 10th. Wednesday, October 11th, the Hawks will be in Boston to take on some team called the Bruins. Aaron's slightly familiar with them. That game will be on TNT at 6:30 p.m. And then on Saturday, the Hawks will be in Montreal to take on the Canadiens, 6 p.m. puck drop. That one on NBC Sports Chicago. Don't miss the Chicago Blackhawks in action. So 1-0 lead for Mammoth. Decent chances for both teams. Both teams switch sides. Mammoth going right to left, Hawks left to right. Center ice play. That puck deflecting around. Hawks look to get it outside their zone. Into Mammoth territory, skating after it is Liv Light. Mammoth will pick it up. Molly Walker along the far boards, kept in, however, by Alexandra Falco. Annabella Conway. Ooh, that one goes through the crease of Alvarez. Hawks inside their own zone. Penelope Fina. Now a race for the puck in the near boards, right in your kitchen, folks. Behind the net, once more, Alexandra Facco. Try to clear that one out. Puck still lying in that corner. And Salata. Cross ice pass. I think that one got deflected at the last minute. Goes inside Mammoth zone, but they're able to clear. Facco along the far boards for the Hawks, trying to keep that one in, and possession now for Tessa Brown. Puck thrown to the slot, but it was knocked out of there before a Hawks player could corral it. But Facco, man, she's been out there a little while. Keeps it inside the zone. Facco once more, but now it's pulled outside the zone by Mammoth. And pushing it inside was Micah Feeman. Hawks coming in, Sullivan. Sullivan stick handling. Oh, she tried to go top shelf. Nice glove save made by Alvarez.
That was a 3-on-0, Eric.
That was a pretty shot, though, by Sullivan. She saw that space. She went top shelf. It was kind of a floater, and Alvarez was able to glove it down. Now Mammoth goes the other way. Once more, Sullivan carrying that puck along the far boards. She goes down. Salata. Mammoth gets it outside the zone to the circle. Cleared outside. Back to the face-off circle where Steiner pushes it ahead. Intended recipient was Charlotte Perkins. Now Steiner gets it back. Steiner over to the near side, will dump it in. And that'll be icing as she was short of center ice.
Both of these teams played some low-scoring games here this season, so a 1-0 game in the second. Not too terribly shocking here. I think I saw a high of 4 goals for both teams, so not, like I said, not terribly surprising that we got a 1-0 game halfway through.
And a whistle. 8:22 to go here in the second period. Mammoth with the 1-0 lead. I think these two, there's only about a handful of weeks left in the seeding round here, and both these teams, I think, are faring pretty well. Again, third place, the Hawks, first place, Mammoth. So obviously, and we've talked about this before, once that regular season starts, how they're able to place these teams in the appropriate divisions, because we've had a lot of competitive hockey over the years we've been doing this.
We have, and you see some weird things during the seeding rounds, like you'll see boys teams playing girls teams because that's just what works.
Score! A lot of traffic on that one, Aaron, and this time the Hawks were able to put it in.
Believe that is
that's Scotticelli.
Is that okay? All right.
I think it's 90, right? Yeah.
But yeah, traffic in front, put the puck on net, and ends up in the back. So, brand new ball game here. But yeah, seeding rounds, you see some. You'll tend to see some more lopsided type games, because that's the whole point of the seeding round, is to figure out who should play where. But that hasn't been the case this year. We've done, this is I think game 6 on the season, and there's almost another goal for the Hawks. I think this is game 6 or 7 for us this season, and they've all been really tight affairs so far.
Yeah, so that bodes well for the regular season.
Yeah.
Face-off is going to be to the right of Alvarez, so each goaltender has let one past them, but they've played pretty well. Shot board updated 10-4 in favor of the Hawks. And now between the circles, shot coming from Light.
Ooh, glove save.
Oh,
that was pretty. Yeah, it was pretty.
Did you see Alvarez just kind of flick that puck away afterward? I like that. I like some sassiness from the goalkeeper.
Like what we saw there from the Flames defender skating in between the face-off dots. A good high wrist shot and a great save made by Alvarez, and a little bit of goalie flair afterwards. And I love a little goalie flair.
You have to, yeah. No, Liv Light, again, doing a nice job there. Now she's asking for the puck. I think I'd keep feeding her up high and let her come in, and then just have people crash the net. That one goes through the crease, over to the near corner.
That one hit a skate on the way through and bounced right through the blue paint.
Light keeps it in. Near circle, shot! Save made by Alvarez. Boy, Light wants that puck.
Yep, she wants the puck and she keeps going high, and Alvarez has stoned her twice here in the last couple of minutes. Face
off again to the left of Kate Alvarez. 7:08 to go, second period. We're all tied up at 1 here in the Darien Sportsplex, the Norris Rink. On the draw is Salata. Mammoth gains control, but Light just bounced off her stick, was unable to keep it in, so she circles back and gets it to Salata. Salata brings it in. Good persistence there by Bianca Salata. And then she throws it towards the net. Not enough on it. Steiner was there to interrupt. Dumped into the far corner. Mammoth gets it over to the near boards. Liv Light, top of the near circle.
And then never comes off the ice.
No, she doesn't. And now that one will go all the way down. And Facco, that'll be icing before Facco gets there, who's also on there. I guess if Light's on there a lot, Facco's going to be on there just as much.
Yeah, try to build that continuity on the back line with your D pairings, so important.
And now they go over to the sideline there. Coach having a little conversation with the two of them. I'm going to go over a little bit of a diagram there, so it's good to see instant feedback, instant coaching in game. I like that. Near boards, kept in. Lisa Johnson thrown on net. Oh, deflected by Steiner onto Alvarez. Wow.
Oh. Nice play by Nissa Johnson. Just get that bouncing puck on net, and that's what happens.
Here's Marin Steiner, shot save. Between the circles, backhander. That one goes down low. Molly Walker supplying the backhander there.
I think Molly had time to go on, get that puck onto her forehand and just pivot her body and get more on the forehand, but she elected backhand, and save was made.
Well, Marin Steiner inside the zone, top of the near circle. That shot goes wide of the near post. Goes all the way over to the far boards. Walker battling there with 3 white jerseys. Hawks get it out.
I think it's kind of humorous here in the early going during the seeding rounds that Mammoth has 2 players on their team with names on their jerseys, and they're both Steiner.
Yeah, this is a good point.
But it doesn't say which one's which. It just says Steiner. So it doesn't really help.
That's true, right? You could have thrown on a first
initial there. On there for us, yeah.
Well, I guess they got a number, so that's how you tell them apart.
Yeah.
4 and 26.
I mean, that's assuming they wear their numbers everywhere.
Well, that's true. That puck is all the way into Hawks territory, all the way down. Well, that's a generous icing call.
Yeah, that was some coasting there at the end to coax that icing call, but
so far out of reach.
Nicely done by the Hawks. They'll get an offensive zone draw out of it.
Another draw to the left of Kate Alvarez. She's played very well as she's faced the majority of the shots in this game. And centering will be Emma Prince. Okay, now I'm starting to wonder if that was Prince with the initial goal. It might have been. Versus Scottiselli, 90 versus 80. By process of elimination, it was one of those 2.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
I know it wasn't Liv Light.
You just know you saw 0 at the end.
Yeah, well, I got to see if Scottiselli plays center too, because if she does, then I'm totally
then
not
you're
sure
totally,
who scored. Oh, that one goes wide of the far post. Kept in at that far side by Charlotte Perkins. Then Perkins goes down.
And she went into the boards hard. Bounces up, though.
Hawks carry it into the zone. Now thrown down below. Steiner, that was Parker Steiner. Throws it over to the near boards. Kept in by who else? 40 and White. Oh, little friendly fire there with Maeve Cronin. Steered aside, was through the crease. Kept in. Facco. Facco once more dumps it down. Steiner tries to backhand it out. Kept in. Thrown over to the far corner once more.
Mammoth pinned in their own zone here a little bit, just trying to get the puck above the face-off dots, never mind out of their zone.
They finally do get it outside the zone. That's going to be carried over by Kayleen Kazowitz. And we're going to say offsides.
More of the same, Eric, what we saw in the first period with the pace of play sort of pushed here by the home team, the Hawks, but where it matters, it's 1-1.
Be Steiner versus Santilli in the circle. And Steiner wins that draw. That is Marin Steiner, I should clarify. Marin plays center. Parker on the D. Here's Marin Steiner. Backhands
Nice
it. Oh, nice pass. Just like you said, Aaron. Oh, and a good. Okay. I thought I heard a whistle.
You did.
Yeah.
You did, but they're going to keep playing, I guess.
Good job there by Santilli.
That was Annabelle Conaway, Eric, on that shot attempt. She had all sorts of time. If she had just taken her time, she would have had a clean shot on goal.
Salata fanned on it at the last minute. Bianca Salata, the puck just kind of followed her. The two defenders couldn't control the puck, and then it went to Salata's stick. She just wasn't able to get anything on it and fanned on it. Marin Steiner throws it inside the Hawks zone. Down to 2:24 remaining in period number 2. We're all tied up at 1. Marin Steiner backhand centering attempt between the circles again. Never gets through. And out to center ice. Thrown to the far boards. Boy, Bianca Salata is around that puck. That one brought in offsides.
It's a nice job by Mammoth after being pinned in their own zone for a couple of minutes to put a little pressure down on the Hawks at the other end.
2:05 to go here in period 2. Draw just outside Hawks zone along the far boards. Mammoth hands it inside the zone. Hawks, Live Light, goes through the circle, and she has the puck taken away. Inside the zone goes Kazowitz. Kayleen Kazowitz shot goes wide. Shot on net, save made Santilli.
A bad angle, but still a good shot, low and hard, forcing Santilli to make the save.
Now Live Light once more, between the circles, shoots high. I think that might have got deflected as well, but Kate Alvarez is able to track that one into her glove and holds on for the faceoff down to minute 26.
Yeah, I think that shot was intended to be low to the ice, but I think it skipped up off a stick and up into the air, and Kate Alvarez able to follow the bouncing puck.
Another faceoff to the left of Alvarez. It's going to be Evangeline Bruce. She was going up against Marin Steiner. Far boards. Hawks couldn't keep it in. And then shovel ahead to Marin Steiner, but Live Light gets there first. Throws it to the back side boards. Now Light once more will have to retreat. Live Light skates by her own player. And good puck check there from Bella Kugler. Inside the zone. Shot, score! Marin Steiner. Top shelf, and that was a beauty.
Yeah, that was pretty, Eric. She stole the puck away from Light, cut down along that far face-off dot, inside and then out, and then just flipped it over the glove hand of Santilli to give Mammoth a 2-1 lead. So being outshot by a 2-1 margin here. The unofficial shot totals 15-7. Mammoth with a 2-1 lead, and that's where it counts.
It really does. Those late period goals, too, you never know how they're going to play out in terms of momentum and things like that, but boy, that was a nice play. And as you said, that might also be a case of Light maybe trying to do a little too much.
Maybe. She's had some success skating through the defense here through the first 2 periods. That time, Mammoth put a little bit more pressure on her, and they were able to take the puck off her stick.
Oh, on to Alvarez. Was able to prevent that one from going further. Hawks look to keep it inside the zone, but Out 2-on-1, possible 2-on-1. It's Steiner once more, and that one's knocked away by potential goal scorer Emma Prince. We're still trying to verify.
We'll go back and watch the video afterwards and get confirmation.
Yes. I'll overdub the goal
there you go.
As it sounds.
There you go. We'll edit the video afterwards with the proper name on it.
I'll edit that in for the game video for those who keep track of such things. So we end the second period with a late period goal by Mammoth, and they now go up 2-1 as we head into the third period. Chicago Blackhawks want to remind you that the Blackhawks intermission and Junior Hawks pregame skates are now available for select dates this season. Contact Ben Ostler at 312-455-7096 to register your teams today. All Nihil teams have started their seasons. Most youth divisions are playing their seeding round games. Most girls divisions are already playing their regular season games. Each team is working to collect the points that will help them earn a place in the league's end-of-season Nihil Blackhawks tournament. Keep your eye on the nihil.info website and the Nihil Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages for news about upcoming broadcasts of Nihil games. Tune in on Stream Sports Midwest YouTube channel to watch those games. And Aaron, I know we have potential there for 3 games this weekend.
Yeah, looking forward to well, I know we're going to be together next Sunday, I believe in Addison. Bensenville, yeah, right, at the Edge Ice Arena. Saturday, hopeful that we're going to be making a trip out to Hammond, Indiana for the first time, which I'm really looking forward to for a doubleheader. Still waiting on confirmation, I believe, from one of the 4 teams. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'll be our first time out at Hammond.
Yeah.
So we like to get out, get into some different areas, different rinks, and so this will be good. All right, face-off to start third period. Mammoth wins the draw. That's Kayleen Kazowitz. Throws it into the Hawks zone behind the net. Brea Zerngabel will get there first, and then she'll change directions and change it once more, having a little problems controlling that puck. Mammoth keeps it in, centers. That one's knocked away. The last minute, I believe that was Nisa Johnson. Kept in between the circles. Shot does not get through. It was tracking that way. Good job there by Kugler to throw it towards the net, but it never got through. Inside the zone, the Hawks go. Santilli. Check that, that's Salata. And then Tessa Brown. There's a pile up there in that near circle.
Yeah, puck just sitting in the face-off dot.
Backhander Alvarez. Salata just backhands that one towards Alvarez, and Alvarez able to track that one, cover up, and face-off to the right.
I mean, Mammoth doing a nice job of not giving the Flames really anything to shoot at there. Heard a couple people behind me yelling shoot, but there was really nothing for the Flames to shoot at where they had the puck. So they were fortunate to get that backhand in on goal and get an offensive zone draw out of it.
Hawks take possession. Here's Light. Goes over to the far board, circles, and now over to her partner, Facco. Shot goes towards the net, does not get through. Another good job by the defense. To your point, Aaron, you can really see them pinch in. Their defense really clamping around, almost like bookends around Alvarez.
Yeah, and you'll see that at kind of some of the younger levels where maybe the kids don't have quite as much
skating
or oomph behind their shot. You know, it's a lot less likely that someone's going to be able to rifle something from the blue line, top shelf, or get the puck in the air from the blue line on net. So you sort of collapse that defense a little bit and not allow anything in close.
Liv Light's pass center was deflected, so no icing there. Steiner has to play it. Oh, and it comes loose. Came right off the backboards, right between the circles in front of Alvarez, but Mammoth was able to clear.
Dangerous as a Flame skater had their back to the puck. They were turning to play defense. They were facing the puck. They would have had a wide open goal.
Here's Liv Light around the far boards. She's going to circle back out and now looks to take it near. Over the blue line, off sides. That might have been Scott Aselli ahead of the play. Had a couple white jerseys to the right of Light.
Again, got to know where your teammates are at all times. If you don't have the puck, you got to know where that puck carrier is. That was an obvious offsides call, and 2 or 3 steps ahead.
And so Scott Aselli's playing winger on Prince's line. So I think it might have been Prince.
You're going to go with 80?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. If you're wrong, you know somebody will tell us.
Oh, I know that. Feel free to comment in the chat, folks.
Yes. If we had instant replay, we would be able to confirm these sorts of things.
Yes. On net, Alvarez will cover up. That was a long hold, but eventually the whistle sounds, so we'll have a face-off. 9:05 to go here in the third period. Mammoth holding on to that 2-1 lead. Mammoth, again, first place in the seeding round. And the Hawks just sitting in third, right on the doorstep there. Difference of 1 point. Inside the Hawks zone. Oh, neither player was skating for it. It was both Zergenbull and Cronin were just kind of like assuming one or the other was going to get it.
Got to communicate when you're out there.
Now that puck's kept in the zone. That's kind of a sort of an after effect of that miscommunication there, but the play is stopped as Santilli's able to cover up on that shovel pass towards the net. Face off to Stella Santilli's right. Shots now updated 19-9 in favor of the Hawks. Flip towards the net. Does not get through. Good job by the Hawks. Carrying that one in. Now Mammoth through the circle. Light working the puck again. Light goes wide. Could be a 2-on-1. Here's Liv Light. Shooting, scores! She buries that one.
Yeah.
You knew eventually she was gonna light the lamp, and that was a no-doubter. What an individual effort.
As she picked top corner, blocker side high on Kate Alvarez, and we said earlier maybe trying to do a little too much with the puck. There you can see what kind of skill she has, though, as she gets the Hawks even here at 2 with 8 minutes left. So
yeah,
she had her pocket picked on that second goal for Mammoth, but nice individual effort there to get her team even.
Puck shoveled ahead there by McKenna Spite inside Hawks zone. The Hawks immediately get it outside the zone. They'll throw that one down where Parker Steiner will have to retreat behind her own net. Throws it over to the far boards. Comes off the boards. And now taking it over on the near side is Mammoth. They'll skate that one in. Maren Steiner, but we have an offsides against Mammoth.
Skater in ahead of the play there. The face-off will come into the neutral zone.
Steiner having that conversation.
Yeah, and I like that. You know, talk to your teammates and, you know, just as McKenna Spite just in ahead of the play a little bit. And you like to see that from young players, kind of not necessarily coaching up their teammates, but just talking to their teammates and saying, it's all right, just, you know, be a little more aware next time.
Yeah. Thrown over to the far boards and brought outside the zone. Corralled by the Hawks, they'll throw it back in. Parker Steiner will gather it behind her own net and go over to the near circle. She's got a little room, and she'll skate it up. Leaves it for Maren Steiner. Steiner over the blue line. Now that time, that part of that conversation was probably there because they were both onside. Steiner trying to keep it in at that far point, but just gets outside the zone. Mammoth will have to regroup. 6:42 to go. Ball tied at 2. Inside the zone is Conaway. Annabelle Conaway throws that one on net. Santilli able to deny that. Puck over to the far boards. Mammoth centering. Had it for a moment. Did Spite. Now Conaway. Hawks look to come out with it. Zerngebel had it. Thrown back inside the zone. Nisa Johnson will get there first. Tries to flip it up along those far boards. And it's going to be kept in. Steered aside by Santilli behind the net. Dug out. Backhand attempt doesn't get through. And then it's picked up. Here comes Emma Prince. Emma Prince will take it wide. Prince trying to get past her defender. Throws that shot, but short of the near post. And goes behind the net. Prince still battling for that puck. Now centers it between the circles. Nisa Johnson just unable to get enough on that. Steiner got in front of that one. Parker Steiner. Prince gets it back once more.
There's a rolling puck, too. She wasn't able to settle it down. You can kind of see the puck bouncing around here in the third period as we've got some choppy ice.
Prince throws it on net. That goes wide. There was a player there. Good play. Prince, man. Emma Prince has looked very impressive on this shift all over the place. And she has one of the goals. Backhanded. That goes wide. That was Nisa Johnson. Light unable to keep that one inside the zone. Johnson's going to have to go back and get there. Does. Johnson flips it over to the far boards. Outside the zone. Puck knocked away. Oh, centering attempt. Puck is loose. So much traffic in that crease.
That was Light again. Look at her back and forth. She was behind. She was below the red line, Eric. She had to hustle back and play that puck in her own zone.
Yeah, offsides play there. Just inadvertent offside, but yeah, you're right. That's the skating ability of Liv Light. Below the goal line in the opponent's zone, and then the first one to retrieve the puck as it's heading towards the Hawks zone. Face off outside the Hawks zone along the far boards. Down to 4:15 remaining, all tied up at 2. And this girls 12 and under matchup here on the Nye-Hill Game of the Week from Darien. A lot of traffic in center ice there. Puck flipped closer to the line. Now Mammoth look to bring it inside the zone. Kasowitz, backhanded, was intercepted. And then taken outside the zone. Liv Light takes it wide again. That's where she scored from the last time. This time Alvarez makes the initial save. Puck dropped to the ice, but Alvarez able to cover up.
Yeah, Lights looked really good tonight, Eric. Starting in her own defensive zone with the puck, and a number of occasions able to get some really good wood on those pucks. And she's got one and could have a couple more.
This time they're switching up the D pairing a little bit. Now they have Zerngebel on with Facco, and that's Facco who gets it off the draw. Shot does not get through. Salata puts a shot on that. Alvarez steers that aside. Mammoth comes out with it. Maren Steiner, that's the second time she's come in, but with an offsides. That one might have been Lilla Hoffman ahead of the play. So Steiner will take the draw here for Mammoth. Dump attempt does not get through. Here's Salata. Salata coming in, takes it wide, throws it towards the net, but it goes into the near corner.
It's good defense by Mammoth, keeping Salata outside on that shot, not letting her cut in between the dots, forcing that shot from the outside.
Bianca Salata. 52 in white. As that puck goes to the near boards. Shovel just kept in. Oh no, they're gonna say it just edged over that line. Good keep attempt nonetheless.
And I want to say
Facco.
That was a great call by the official. Watching him the whole way, he was set up right on the blue line. He pointed, blew the whistle, and immediately said, nope, that puck squirted out into the neutral zone. So credit where credit's due.
Evangeline Bruce on the draw for the Hawks. Mammoth wins the draw. That was Kasowitz. Throws it over to the far boards where Liv Light will pick it up for the Hawks. Tries to skate it through circle, gets around another defender. Here she goes again, taking it wide. Shot on net goes wide. Well, you can definitely tell she's comfortable from that far circle.
Yeah,
that's her comfort zone.
Yeah, that is definitely her favorite spot on the ice offensively.
But obviously as she grows and continues to develop her game, she'll want to mix that up a little bit. But if it's not broke, you don't have to fix it.
Right.
It definitely works for her.
Well, and she'll be able to come up with other moves from that spot. You know, she won't cut it to the outside and take the shot from the dot. Maybe she gets comfortable skating behind the net and trying a wraparound, or stopping kind of on a dime at the faceoff dot and spinning around and looking for a trailer. Or,
right.
I mean, any number of things that she can do from that play. But right now, if you've got a play that works for you and you're comfortable doing it, go ahead and stick with it.
Just over 2 minutes remaining, 2:01. We'll have the faceoff right at center ice. Hawks win the draw. That's Prince. Gets that one over to Cronin, Maeve Cronin. Cronin tries to center. That's deflected out of there over to the far boards. Mammoth will skate it up. It's 2-on-2. Inside the zone. Steiner, Marin Steiner, trying to center that one over to Molly Walker. Goes behind the net. Now over by the far point. Trying to keep it in is Kugler, and does. Shoveled towards the net, and that's going to be covered up by Santilli with 1:23 to go here in the third.
You're going to have a 2-2 tie, or one of these teams is going to have a very exciting final 90 seconds.
Well, you had a 1-1 tie last night.
I did.
In a shot fest, from what you were telling me.
43-8 was the shot discrepancy.
It's quite the goaltending. Between the circles, doesn't get through. Parker Steiner tries to get it through, unable to. Puck's just lying around. And here goes Liv Light. One player to beat. Light does. Skating in all alone, shooting! Scores! Liv Light lights the lamp. That was easy.
That's an easy one.
3-2 lead.
It's an easy one for you as an announcer, and for Liv Light, you said she had one defender to beat. She was able to beat her. Walked in all alone. That's her second goal of the third period, and gives her team a 1-0 lead with 63 seconds left.
Well, Liv Light, you keep trying to do too much in a game, and you're going to mess around and score a bunch of goals. So
that's fine, yeah, right. You keep trying to do too much.
Yes, it's working for you.
Actually, don't. Do what your coach tells you.
Right,
I'm
yeah,
sure your
don't
coach
listen to your announcers.
Yeah, I'm sure
we don't know anything.
Your coach would never tell you to try to do too much, so don't listen to us. We like what we see down there on the ice.
Yeah.
So
Well, she's had a heck of a game there, obviously all over the place. Now down to 56 seconds, so you got to see if Mammoth is able to get it down in the Hawk zone. They're going to be able to pull Alvarez in time. They have to get it out of the zone. Here comes Mammoth. Mammoth inside the zone. Stick handling, that was Kasowitz. Goaltender still in net. Thrown on net. Now between the circles. Flipped, deflected, 30 seconds remaining. Kasowitz working that puck. Centering attempt doesn't get through. Oh, and now the goalie comes out. Open net. That's unfortunate.
Yes, it is.
As Alvarez came right out when the Hawks gained possession.
Light wanted the Hattie there. She almost had it.
8 seconds. And it looks like the Hawks will pull this one out. They come from behind victory. Oh, the empty net is denied, but the Hawks win the game by the score of 3-2. That was a pretty exciting third period, Aaron.
Very exciting third period, and you know, at some of these younger levels, you definitely see kind of who the best players on the ice are for each team. And number 40 in white, Liv Light, put on a show here this afternoon for the Flames. She gave up a goal, maybe trying to do a little too much, but more than made up for it with 2 third period goals, and her team picks up the victory.
So good win there. So with that victory, that will allow the Hawks then, they will jump Mammoth and move into first place with 10 points. 7 games played. They're now 5-2-0. Mammoth falls to 4-2-1. But again, you could see the talent level between these two teams pretty close.
Yep.
A lot of good players on both sides, but Liv Light, the one who shined the brightest today, and I know that's tacking into her last name, but it's definitely, she showed what she's made of here. So a fun game to call, and for my first game of the season, that was a pretty good start, as you mentioned there.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you back with me.
Heck yeah, it's been too long.
Yeah, it has. It's been too long, and we'll be back hopefully next Saturday, but at worst we'll be back next Sunday. So.
All right, well, that'll do it here from the Darien Sportsplex, the Norris Rink. Again, final score, Hawks 3, Mammoth 2. And we'll be back with Nihil Game of the Week action next Saturday and Sunday. So check on the Nihil Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages for the announcements for our upcoming games. For Aaron Schellen, this is Eric Willowite saying so long. Thanks for joining us. This has been a Stream Sports Midwest production.